We're gonna get into that for a minute. I said that I was following the PG football situation and stuff, right? And things have changed. I actually have the standings here for 4A, 3A, and 2A, 1A.
Now before we go on the internet, any of that, because I already got my things. I don't want to, because I don't. I have to get this out the way. I have to get this out the way. How did you get the scores? Because I couldn't get the scores. I got the scores, but I had to get them separately.
What are you talking about?
I had to
high school scores?
Piece them together. Yes.
So I went to Max Preps. They have the schools in. Yeah. So.
That's cool. Because I went to the one. I clicked off the tab. Yes, I did. It was like Maryland football schools, and they had all the Maryland high schools up there and all the rest of that shit. But the problem I got was when you looked up the standings, you just get the cert. You just get the nothing.
No, I got standings, so
I got that.
Things have changed in the 4A, 3A since we were there. So you got Wise. That's the new school that's over in, I think it's over in Glenard, I believe.
Wise been there. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Been over there.
7-0. They're 7-0 in 4A, 3A. Eleanor Roosevelt 5-1.
Whoa. 7-0? No, they're not, Chris. You're looking at last year's standings, ain't you? It is only week 2 in high school, son.
Okay, 1-1. My bad. They're 1-1.
Thank you. Good God. They won their last one, and
they beat Laurel 65-8.
That's what I'm saying. They beat them 65-8. Now, all the scores that I got down here, we're just gonna keep it to PG. Just keeping the PG. No offense to anybody else in the DMV. We will mention your school if your school is a shit, but we're just keeping it to our county because we can talk shit about people from our county. This is how that is. So yeah, Laurel got they shit smacked, nigga. And most of these scores that I will tell you people are going to be blowouts. But I'm hoping, because I know football's better in Florida, Ohio, shit, and even Virginia is better than us. But I can believe y'all have the same similar blowouts like we do. So I just want to know. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, so we got 4A, 3A East, which consists of Old Mill, Great Mills, Arundel, Crofton, Severna Park. Yeah. Actually, hold up, because we're not going to that one because that goes to everybody.
That goes to everybody. Because they split. Because the way they split all the A teams and all the rest of it, and I think they always been did it like this. That's everybody in the state. If you fall on the 4A, 2A, 3A, whatever like that. You know what I mean? Everybody still goes to regionals. Everybody still goes to state. You know what I mean?
Oxon Hill is in 4A, 3A South, which is Oxon Hill, Potomac, Whitman, Einstein. Yeah, probably have to go the other route.
So let's just keep it over there to Oxon Hill. Oxon Hill is currently 2-0. They just beat Duval 45-0. So
Jesus.
Potomac, on the other hand, yes, they just beat Parkdale 38-0. They're sitting at 2-0 as well.
That's actually pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah. I know you're going to mention it, but Flowers is 2-0 right now. They're 2-0 right now. They just beat Roosevelt 26-0. I know Roosevelt in Prince George's County is pretty much our powerhouse. They're
consistent.
It's changing up, but usually they're the powerhouse that isn't the math. You know what I mean? In PG.
Yeah.
But speaking of Roosevelt are sitting right now at 1-1. They're sitting at 1-1 right now. Yeah. Speaking of DeMatha is 3-0. They just beat three teams from Pennsylvania. And yeah, Pennsylvania football is better than our football, but good for them.
You see these guys?
Joe's up in Pennsylvania. That's a big school. That's pretty damn good.
Anytime that we had to face off against Pennsylvania teams, we got our shit pushed in.
Man, Pennsylvania is probably don't play with nobody in football, man. When it comes to Maryland teams, we're the pushover state. When it comes to that shit, I understand that shit. Chris, your school, Surrattsville is 0-1 right now. Y'all got y'all shit pushed in by Digital Pioneer Academy in DC. Now, just me saying that, you probably like, how bad, D? 0-60, my nigga.
DC football teams are actually not bad. Actually,
they're not bad at all. Usually with DC teams, they're either like super good or they're like super good or they're like, I want to say bad. They're just bullies. We can beat up everybody else. Can't wait till that Maryland team gets here. Like that's their chance. Speaking of a team that's usually good, actually, one of the other teams that's usually good is my rival team. And right now they stink. Well, they don't stink. I don't know how bad they are this year, but they are currently 0-2, and that's Friendly. Friendly usually gets as high up the state. They actually challenge that. I think they're the last ones in PG that won state, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah, they are.
But if I ain't mistaken, yeah. But they just lost. They got their shit pushed in by Kip Prep in DC, and they just lost to Anacostia. They lost to Anacostia. These niggas have only scored 8 points in these 2 games, man. So again, DC schools don't fucking play around with us. Now, my school, Croston, we are 1-1 right now. And we beat Bladensburg, and I will get to Bladensburg in a second, Chris, because we need to talk about Bladensburg real quick. But we just lost to Alexandria City. If anybody knows who Alexandria City is, they're the Titans. Yes, those Titans. Remember the Titans, them motherfuckers. If you ain't from my city, yes, that's a famous fucking school here. Alexandria City don't fucking play with nobody, yeah. But yeah, we lost to those motherfuckers. And Bladensburg. Speaking of Bladensburg, they just lost to Bowie. Bowie's 1-1. They just lost to Bowie 0-57. Damn. The week prior, they lost to Crossland 0-45. Bladensburg, do not make me talk shit about y'all.
Here's the thing about
100 points that got hung on you within the first 2 weeks.
Here's
and ain't a DC school that did it.
I need people to put something in perspective. When it comes to PG County schools, some schools are more known for their basketball programs than football programs. Bladensburg is one of those schools that's more known for their basketball programs than football programs. Their football program is just skating at this point. It's been skating, I should say, for a while. Like that was like, if you face off against Bladensburg in high school, that's a tune-up game. If you want to get your confidence up.
But for me, Bladensburg, I remember when Croston stunk in football. I remember they used to beat us up. They beat my 3 years in Crosland. They beat the shit out of us. Okay, so I don't know, man. But it happens, man. Bladensburg. But that's kind of funny to me, seeing Bladensburg getting blown out in those 2 games like that. Yeah. Your rivals, Gwen Park, they are currently 1-1. They just lost to Newtown 12-26. That is like the only competitive game I have seen out of all these.
Gwen Park to me, they always have been competitive because of the fact that because they're in, and it's weird because Gwen Park is in the southern tip of PG County. Mm-hmm. So they're getting the benefit of some of the St. Mary's County schools that are like really good with their football programs, like Calvert and St. Mary's.
See what I'm talking about? Ohio is already in their 5th week, man. We see. Anyway, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they always get the benefit of being able to play against like the better schools once they get past like Surrattsville and all that.
And true to form, they take all the good players that should go to Surrattsville. They take all the good players that should go to Crossland. You know what I'm saying? Usually,
if you live in Clinton, your options are basically
don't run too fast.
Crossland, Friendly, fucking Gwen Park.
Don't run too fast. Don't run too fast. If you go to Surrattsville, don't run too fast. There will be somebody like, why don't you be a Yellow Jacket? You don't want to be a Hornet. You want to be a Yellow Jacket, don't you? Come Come here, get my Nissan Sentra. Come on, let's go.
You want to be a patriot? You know, stay on the street.
But that I feel that's what Friendly does. I feel like Friendly because Friendly and Gwen Park both have the same type of, and we both have the same feeling for these schools. Fuck them, but they do have a pedigree when it comes to what kids they want to go to their damn school.
Field? I was jealous. Their football field looks like a legit like
who
Friday Night Lights Friendly because they got the booth where the people are doing their everything there, and it's like in this little like deep entrenched.
Fuck them.
I know.
Fuck they yard, nigga. It's like
Brassville had a tower, but it's probably abandoned.
Man, I don't know if they still got that junk, do they? I don't know, man.
They probably destroyed it.
Crossland just did something amazing. They fixed the field. I'm like, thank you. Got
money.
Crossland, here's the thing. Crossland always had money. It's just that they didn't know where to direct their shit. Like, I don't know. But whatever, man. That's the school. If there's any other school I got down here to mention, I already mentioned Oxon Hill, Ceresville, Wise, Suitland, who is usually the better team. They always have players coming out of Suitland. They just won their game 49-0 against Northwestern. They're 2-2. They're 2-0 right now. And I already said Flowers. I already said Wise, and I already mentioned DeMatha and Boo. Yeah. So any other team. So if you're from PG and you hear any other, if you're like, oh, y'all didn't say nothing about Parkdale. Fuck Parkdale. But I'll probably mention them next time. I would say fuck Central, but I think some kids in this neighborhood go to Central and they probably gonna hurt. Like, I heard you say some shit, nigga. What you trying to say? My school's small? Yeah, bitch. Anyway.
Now look at this. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the top 10. The Maryland football.
Now I want to know that though. Yeah, because they're going to be Baltimore. I know they're going to be the Baltimore schools, the Townsend schools.
So, number 1, St. Francis Academy. Number 2, DeMatha. I expect it. Number 3, Archbishop Spalding. I've heard of him.
Archbishop. Yeah.
Our Lady of Council. Number 4. Yep.
Council's up there? Wait a minute. Council's up there?
Number 4.
Yeah, they would be.
McDonald. Number 5. Quince Orchard. Heard of them. That's Montgomery County. Number 6. Calvert Hall. Number 7. 8 North Point, which that's over by where I got married at. So that tracks. That's Anne Arundel. Loyola. Yep. Dunbar is number 10.
Dunbar in Baltimore is always, they're a powerhouse to me. I respect the fuck out of Dunbar.
The only ones from PG that are in like the top 20 is Wise, Bishop McNamara, and Flowers.
That makes sense. That's right. I think Suitland will be up for it, but I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see how that tracking goes because I do want to keep, like I said, I want to keep up with Maryland this year. That'll be our little promise for this year that we keep up with Maryland. We might expand it next year to Virginia, wherever like that.
Virginia feels like that's like a next level of like what the fuck.
You like, and that's where the good football's at in the DMV. I think if you want to see the best football in the DMV, it's going to be Northern Virginia.
Yeah, I'm about to say because now if you're talking
about some players, bro.
If you're talking Virginia in totality, well, Southern Virginia is where it's like, oh shit.
You think is Southern Virginia better in football?
Southern Virginia.
I'm just going to assume because of Southern.
I mean, put it this way. I think we mentioned Northern Virginia, right? So cool. But the reason why I say Southern Virginia, when you get below Fredericksburg, I'm gonna say it like that. Fredericksburg and below, I think it gets interesting, just because now you're factoring in like Virginia Beach area,
you got
and Richmond, Hampton Roads,
Richmond,
Petersburg,
Blacksburg,
Petersburg, Richmond, that area, and then Roanoke, the spots over. Weirdly enough, going down 85, that little corridor, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's a lot. The only thing, it's so funny. Tell you how fucking like in DC, niggas still think like I will say this: the name Seneca Valley has been up and down in the DC area as far as how good they are. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't feel bad. Crossland got their shit slapped by motherfucking Alexandria City. It's Alexandria City. I knew a coach there, man. They don't play.
So, anyways, back to NFL. I will say this: stressful as Dallas Giants was, it was entertaining because Russell Wilson went, as everybody said, went vintage Russ. But to your point, and you nailed it. when you go to the well too much, you're gonna fail at some point going to the well.
You know what?
And,
That's just
that's what happened.
That's just the most Russ thing that was going to happen.
He knows how to
And
throw the deep ball, but there's only so many times you can do that before.
And
it's
I
like,
was, and that's not said out of this hate, like, yeah, you know, he's gonna fuck up eventually. I just knew that he would, because that just kind of tracks for Russell Wilson as a fucking player. You know, he has just done that before, man. But look, he was 30 for 41, 450 yards, 3 interceptions, and that, like I said, that dumb deep pass. But there is something that bothers me, and this is just something that should bother the Giants.
mm-hmm.
You cannot count on that all the time.
Yeah, Russ isn't going to give you 450. He ain't going to give you 450 every game. That's just,
and the reason why I say that is because I'm going to give Cameron the good run and everything. But Scatterboo only got 45 yards. Russ gave you 23. And Tracy gave you 15. There's no running game to any of that shit. There's no running game at all. And I know there's a lot of people as excited for Scatterboo, and I think y'all just like his last name more than y'all like who he really is. I saw the nigga when he played in college, man. He made it. That's how I felt when I saw one of the Giants. Like, wait. Scatterboo made that shit, nigga. Whatever, man. Like, he didn't do that good when he was on that's me hating, but like he was on the Sun Devils. I thought to myself, he got an NFL ready name that people will like, but I don't think he's going to make it in the NFL. Next thing I know, like Cameron Scatterboo. I'm like, Scatterboo, wait a minute, what? Anyway, but
that was
Malik Neighbors getting 167 on us, man. Wandale Robinson getting 142.
Look, I'll say this. I think it's somebody said it best. It's the fact that right now there are people on Dallas' defense that the defensive coordinators aren't necessarily using them for what they're good at. Like, one of the big things is Russ was carving up that zone defense badly.
And the big problem I had, and I think this is what all Cowboy fans or anybody that was watching the game had. We're seeing that's actually the best one. When Robinson went on that motherfucker, he went on the straight, and you see right in front of him is Elam. Elam is further back because he's a safety, and you got Diggs right there. Now Elam's already backing up anyway, but his focus is on I think it was on Neighbors at that time.
Yeah, it was on
he's
Neighbors.
Still backing on that part.
Yeah,
that's where he's playing zone. The only way this shit works is for fucking Trayvon to start moving, and he didn't start moving until it was way too late. And he did this not once, not twice, but almost the entire game. He was slow by at least 2 seconds, man.
Mm-hmm.
It is unfamiliar. This is so unfamiliar to me when it comes to Diggs as a player. Like, yeah, he's not going to. I'm not calling him Darrelle Revis or anything like this, but the motherfucker knew how to cover somebody properly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you catch it over on Trayvon, you know what you did? You fought for it and you did good. It's hard to tell what type of corner he is, especially because he got hurt last season. Now it's questionable. Is he even that dude anymore, man? It's a question. It's a good question.
It's a good question, but then the other side of it is Dak was running like he didn't have a fucking injury last year, and I'm like, as he said, good rehab.
Everybody's different, and I think Trayvon's fucking injury was harder to come back from. Speaking of Dak went for 361 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. The interception that happened was it was that type of interception where it was a bad pick, but I don't believe it's one of the bad picks where you just like, fuck, I knew I did it.
And yet it was one of those things where it's like, all right, to their credit, again, that's to Dak's credit. It's the aspect of it didn't deter him from like, oh shit. It's like, no, fuck it. It is what it is,
and that's what it is. Like, like I said, the whole demeanor of Dak Prescott is different this year than it was last year, and that's the one thing that I think Dallas has been really leaning on. That they got that leadership there. At least we know that Dak's not going to bend. Now, what about the rest of the team and all the rest of that? I think everybody else did their job pretty well, man. Motherfucking CD actually caught one real good ball. That was a good example of like, that's what you fucking do. Well, yeah, that one we leap for that mother. Now, he didn't have to do that shit, but the fact that he went for it, brought it down, and all the rest of that shit is one of those things where it's like, good, because that's who the fuck you are, yeah.
But we must not forget one other unsung person who is going to definitely be a problem for some teams. And that's fucking Pickens. George Pickens.
You think George Pickens is going to be a problem?
I put this way.
He's going to be more problem for us.
This way. Else. The reason why I say that is because I think, and again, all the commentators were saying it, it's like you have George Pickens on one side, you have CD on the other, and that opens it up to like Turpin to get some like screen passes or get, his own, routes and stuff like that. And then when you see people like, okay, CD's been catching some balls, we got to double team him. George Pickens is now 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then you got, and then
that's not even factoring in Ferguson.
But that's the problem, I think, with Ferguson. That's only a separate problem. This is not so much his thing, it's more of a him and Dak thing. They have to establish themselves a lot more because I don't think nobody's afraid of Ferguson. Yeah, you don't want to catch him slipping because he is one of those slippery tight ends. But I don't think nobody's scared of Ferguson.
He's not Jason Witten where you're like, oh shit, it's Witten.
He's not even. That's what I'm saying. He's not even like a Chris Cooley to me where it's like, fuck, I got to cover him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not even at that level, young. So it's like they kind of got to establish that both of themselves. The only thing I will say about George Pickens is that, yeah, he does alleviate some pressure, not just for motherfucking Pickens, for CD, but he actually opens it up for a lot of people like Turpin, because Turpin crushes everything underneath. And also because we've been seeing it, and everybody who a Dallas fan agree, yeah, Miles Sanders should be the starter. He should be the starter. He definitely. Nothing bad to Williams, who was actually running very, very hard, but I don't see him.
That was a hard 97 yards.
Yeah, it was. And I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's the one you want to start. But I think you have no choice but to use them in tandem, because we still don't know.
In the red zone, that's when you use Williams.
I guess.
For now, we're only 2 games in. So
I don't know.
I can't sit there and say that, but we'll see.
But this defense, they can't be so stone-footed, man. They just got ran over, man. There's no stats on the defense I can even bring out, man. But like I said, CD got 112 yards. Good for him. I didn't know that, but still, man, that whole game, man, fuck you, godly. That's just
let's watch.
Nigga, just
the game that kind of surprised me a little bit, but not really. Washington Green Bay.
That surprised me slightly because I really thought Washington was going to bounce back from that. Yeah, bounce back. Actually, step up in this joke, but didn't know this was ending on a day-to-day from Jaden Daniels. Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I think he got he has a leg injury apparently or something like that, allegedly. So it's like, ooh,
They say day-to-day. I think he's fine. Man.
I don't know. I mean,
I think he'd be all right. But I think when it comes to Green Bay, though,
the jury's out. The jury's all right. The jury's out to me, and I know a lot of it is because of fucking what's his face? God damn it.
Love.
No.
What?
Micah.
There's a lot of hype. Look, dog. It's just a lot of, in my opinion, unnecessary hype. Oh man, Micah Parsons here. Tell the defense.
Well, I mean, a lot of people saying
Dallas, just let him go.
Yeah, but like I said in the group, him getting those shots for his back, people need to keep an eye on that shit. Because
look, Eric, Chris, I love how much of a hater you are.
I ain't a hater. It's just like when that was brought up, I was like, oh, okay, interesting.
Y'all might want to check his back.
Speaking of which, fuck it, we're gonna get this out the way. Kansas City and the Eagles. Let me tell you something. Watching Kansas City throw shade at the Eagles for that tush push.
First off, they got a lot of nerve going, the rules didn't work for me type of whining they was doing, man. It's amazing to me, a team that gets away with murder every single week. Like, it's one thing for the Patriots to be when they had Tom Brady to do it. Speaking of which, there's a little scandal that's going on right now where Tom Brady has an interest in the Raiders, and every fucking quarterback meeting they have, he's in the quarterback meeting,
which is a conflict of interest.
Yeah, I'm just saying, and he's on a commentator talking about this shit where he can just get information on all the
Swagoo brought that up, and I like how
the NFL apparently don't give a fuck.
And here's the thing, Swagoo brought that up on air, and Stephen A. and what's his face were kind of acting as though it wasn't a big deal. And Swagoo was like, "No, that's bullshit, because just because you're excusing it because it's Tom Brady. If it was anybody else, you would have sat there and fucking went balls to the walls and been critiquing. But because it's Tom Brady, it's fine." It's like, no, that's bullshit. Like, that is a huge problem if you have somebody like that who is doing commentating, but then no.
And that's the thing that get me, Chris. If it was anyone else, this is why I really hate this weird bending of the knee to Tom Brady. Like he was the one to make the NFL good or some bullshit. That's the shit that pisses me off the most. You know what I mean? Yeah. I understand. Magic Johnson was an entertaining guy in the NBA. We got to make sure he's on the camera.
Bro, Tony Romo would have fucking crucified that motherfucker.
You ain't lying. If we would know that Tony Romo, hey, I talked to Jerry last night. I went down to the quarterbacks meeting. I saw Dak, and I saw they would kick him out of CBS.
That contract,
they will literally rip it out from front of him and set it on fire, man. Come on, bro. but because it's Tom Brady, you let it go. If we heard that Greg Olsen sat in on all the shit that the Carolina Panthers did, and he had a stake interest in the Carolina Panthers, don't you think he would have got fired? Mm-hmm. No, because it's Tom Brady. God bless Tom Brady, because apparently he's the greatest player to ever put on cleats, and we need to worship this motherfucker. Here's the thing. I want to like Tom Brady, but all you Brady sexuals find ways of making this nigga so unlikable. Every single season since 2003, I have to find your guys find a new way in a new crevice on this man's penis to lick, and y'all letting the whole world know that you found it. I'm tired of that shit, man.
But anyways,
this nigga been at 86 his whole fucking career. Had good coaching, and y'all go, well, we wish we was I gotta see that every year.
Okay. Fair. To be fair to Tom Brady, though, let's be real.
Tom Brady, nigga.
Okay. Reason why I'm saying to be fair to Tom Brady.
That nigga kissed his son on the mouth, that's weird.
I can understand the comparisons between him and Mahomes, because if people really look at how he ain't out the woods. The reason why I'm saying the comparison is this: when you look at the makeup of the New England Patriots and the fact that they ditched like top tier talent and got mid-grade wide receivers and running backs and stuff, and Brady still won Super Bowls in spite of that. That's a credit to Tom being able to will that into.
That's a credit to the motherfucking system. I don't give a fuck.
No, but that's more so on Tom than anything else. Because bullshit. Think about it. No, but think about it. As soon as Tom bounced and they put another quarterback in there, the shit flopped bad.
Because it worked for him.
That's what I say. It's Tom Brady that made it work.
If you no. Here's the different reason I say that. Because if Tom Brady had busted ass receivers down in Tampa, he would have never won a Super Bowl. If he didn't have Mike goddamn Evans down there, he would have never won a Super Bowl. So I don't want to hear about that shit. If he ain't had Shaq behind him and Shaq on the other side of the defense, he would have had it. He had a good running back for the first time in his career. He really had a good running back behind him.
Yeah.
That wasn't some 74 that had to play like a 90 just so he could keep his small ass contract. I want to hear that shit, yo.
Anyways, Kansas City.
Hold on. Let's get out of the way. Fuck Belichick.
I'm loving the Tar Heels.
Let him retire. Let that nigga retire.
I'm loving the Tar Heels getting their shit pushed in.
I'm fine with it. Tar Heels football, huh? That sounds stupid. Well, you know, Natron Memes and Antonio Brown. Not Antonio Brown. God, who else came from there? Not Antonio Brown. Wide receiver came from there. I can't remember. Whatever. You know, they came from there. And I know I said Natron Memes. I know. That's a name you haven't heard in centuries, huh? Natron Memes. If y'all know who Natron Memes, I'm going to find a picture of this nigga right now. That
sounds like a white guy.
You know who Natron Memes is. Natron Memes. Where is it? I think I said his name. Yeah, Natron. There we go. I spelled his name wrong. He did go to North Carolina. I was right. Ha! Natron Memes.
But like the thing of it is, Kansas City. They're just all the bullshit that they were getting away with last year. It got neutralized by Philly.
All of that is drying up, and the thing is, you see the shirts they were wearing for the homeboy that seriously injured like 3 people in a fucking accident, and they act like this motherfucker got caught with some Jolly Ranchers and a motherfucker robbery or some shit. You know, free my man. No, in fact, if you find this out, him getting sacked for 6 games is more of a punishment that he's getting for the motherfucking jail, for the motherfucking egregious thing. Those people he injured, he's getting more time for this in the NFL than that. And y'all sitting down, oh man, free my man. Fuck all of y'all.
Same time.
I really don't like the Chiefs right now. Wow. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Same time, I agree with you about Philly, where it's like they're winning, and I'll give them credit for that, but it's not like the dominant winning that you would think they would do. You know what I'm saying?
I think, you know what, I think that's just their style of football. They just play ugly football.
And look, am I annoyed at the push? I
really think that's what it is. They just play some unattractive football.
Am I annoyed at the tush push? Yeah, but like
I think we all should be annoyed.
But the thing of it is, the best way to stop it is to put them in 3rd down and 7 positions. Where it negates that shit. Because to me, it's like that's what I'm saying. That's the only way you're gonna do it, because it's like I don't hate it, but there is a measure of annoyance that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, how do you defend that? Short of taking a bat to somebody's legs and being, you know that, or pull out a gun and shoot somebody like that. That's really the only thing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Even the one play where it looked like Jalen Hurts fumbled it, because of how the tush push is, you can't see. You know, it was just
But it goes into what I said before. They have the best line in the NFL. They have the best line in the NFL, and they have done the tush push to death right now, to where it's just automatic for them. And to me, you have to use that against you have to use it against them. You have to use that shit against them. Like you said, get these niggas in 3rd, get them in 3rd and 3. They're in trouble. Okay, they have proven that to me. If you get them in 3rd and 3, and Saquon ain't 100% as he ain't 100%
catching behind the line, it's a wrap.
That's what I'm saying. This is weird shit. How y'all got weapons and all of a sudden they all stall. AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, the Saquon Barkley, the whole ass defense. It's amazing how they have every game, one facet of their game just completely shut off. For whatever reason, we have seen days where Jalen Hurts was throwing directly at the ground, and somehow they won by 15. This is the bullshit I'm talking about. We all know they kind of suck, but so far they have shown that they know how to win games, and I can't hate that.
D, you know what else? But you know what else? So I said.
I know what else. Natron Memes for the San Diego Chargers.
Wow.
Y'all remember this nigga? He played in the Super Bowl and got his shit pushed in by Ken Norton and the rest of that San Francisco defense, man. Steve Young was going to get that championship.
The game that I said was going to be entertaining turned out to actually be pretty entertaining. Cardinals and the Panthers. The Panthers had a shot.
Why? Like, Chris,
They had a shot.
I hate how you said that.
They had a shot.
You know that. First off, I'm gonna say
also
this.
Sorry to Keaton, our boy Keaton. He was in pain on Facebook. I saw his post. He was like, "We almost had it. We almost had it."
Look. The Panthers are a poverty. Okay, they're a poverty franchise. And don't get excited, Cardinal fans. Y'all still are.
They're 2-0 in the West, buddy. They're 2-0 in the West.
Chris, have they beat anybody in the West yet? Have they played anyone in the West yet? No, they played the sorry ass Saints.
Or the 49ers.
And then they played the sorry ass Panthers.
So basically, what you're saying is the 49ers and Cardinals are two peas in the pod. They haven't played nobody yet.
I feel like all right, San Fran. Who did they beat first? Who did they beat first this year?
San Fran.
They beat. I know they beat. I know it was.
They beat the Saints second week. They beat the Seahawks.
Close
game against the Seahawks.
That was a close game with the Seahawks. That was a game they should have lost against the Seahawks.
They should have lost.
I didn't know they ain't. I think the 49ers are way stronger than the Cardinals. They still have a strong defense, but I really don't see this team. They don't impress me at all. Even with that win over the Saints, they still feel like, I'm glad they got their. I'm glad that what's the face in them got their revenge. But I mean, I really am glad that the Bengals let they did something. But I'm gonna say something. Y'all lucky. Y'all are lucky, and I mean this for the whole of the field. Y'all lucky that the Jaguars suck.
Did you see that?
Because the Jaguars, I am with a firm mind, Chris, that the Jaguars are actually a good team. They just suck ass.
D.
You know what I'm talking about. When you're a good team, like
it's the AFC South, though. D.
You know what, guys? This is not bad. We should win games, and you win nothing.
D. It's the AFC South.
Eric, Chris, like I said, they will be a good team if they just didn't suck ass. If they just didn't suck, they will be a good team.
Did you
there
see
is something there with this squad. That is all I'm saying.
Did you see Taylor Lawrence and the coach have a back and forth where he looked at the coach and just said,
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm done, man. Sunshine.
He over it. He over it.
Off right now.
He is over it. Speaking of which, AD, speaking of which, the good old Colts, they're on a roll, 2-0.
I will say this. They got lucky. That penalty.
Sir,
that
is
penalty at the end of the game. Where
was the pain, Jameis?
Yeah, just pain. It was pain everywhere. So we got to keep on pushing through and being resilient.
The football gods, the
Denver fans, yeah.
The football gods hate Bo Nix. That's all I'm saying. 3 TDs, 1 interception. I mean, but hey, Daniel Jones put up a 300-yarder. The GOAT.
But I can't take this shit no more, man. Daniel Jones. I'm sorry. How many? Wait, hold on.
316 yards, buddy.
You got to be fucking
323 or 34.
Yep. Jonathan, no, it's really what
Jonathan Taylor.
It was Jonathan Taylor. See, I can forgive the offsides that made no sense. It's the fact that y'all let Jonathan Taylor run all over y'all.
Bend you over and just say,
Jonathan Taylor, the dude that don't know if he wants a big enough contract to leave Indianapolis, because I would have done it. But this nigga, you better thank God he don't play for a good team. I am with it. If Dallas don't go out and get him next year, I swear. We need him. He needs to get the fuck out of Indianapolis because he ain't with his shit. Don't let this facade fool you. These are the Colts we're talking about, yo. They're going to cult it eventually, all right?
Hey, look, they're the AFC South. They're going to win it all.
Speaking of culting it, I told all of you motherfuckers, don't you dare. Don't you say he's your Jesus now, and you did. You know what JJ did?
What?
You know what what happened? What the fuck? Wait. I'm trying to pull up the stats and it wouldn't let me. What the fuck just happened? There we go. Jesus Christ. What was that about? Anyway.
JJ McCarthy, we love
JJ threw 11 of 21, 158 yards,
2
and
interceptions.
2 picks.
D, to be fair,
Bijan Robinson. I'm gonna say this right now to Bijan Robinson. He is a monster. You are a monster. I am looking forward to your NFL career. I said so much dirty shit about you when you played for Texas, but you don't play for Texas no more. You're a pro now, and I want Bijan Robinson to be top 10 in the next 10 years.
D,
he is a monster, bro.
Here's my thing. That was the most saddest fucking game I have ever watched in my life. Even with the 2 interceptions, Minnesota was still within earshot of actually scoring and getting themselves back in the game. And it was just like Atlanta was just kicking field goals. Other than that one TD from their
barely got 100 yards on y'all niggas.
Other than Allegra getting that one rush TD, Atlanta's offense was just trash.
Stagnant. I don't know. Y'all lucked up. Y'all lucked up by Bijan running all over y'all, putting Nike signs all over y'all fucking foreheads, and this nigga never touched the end zone because Atlanta is still Atlanta. And yet, Chris, I don't hate the Vikings, but I can't stand them. Let me make it very clear. I don't have no real ill will towards the Vikings. Mm-hmm. I don't. I actually want them to finally win their Super Bowl so they can shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? But real talk, I don't want them to win anything. You know what I'm saying? That's my status quo. Y'all not winning shit. That is my status quo.
Speaking of not winning shit, I like how the Bears thought for a brief moment in the first quarter, they had a shot, and Detroit said, "Bitch, you thought."
Detroit beat the living shit out of them. And when I thought the game was over, they threw another pick. Oh my God. We talked like Chris.
That's a demoralizing ass whipping right there, to be honest with you.
3 teams that are on my list. We just talked about how bad they were. Just talked about how bad they were. Not the Cardinals, the other team they beat. Well, hold on. It's going to be the Titans, the Jaguars, the Dolphins, and the Bears are going to be the worst teams this year.
Ooh.
Those are the 4 I got. They're going to be bad. Those are my 4, you know.
I can agree with that. I can.
And the way the Bears play, man. All right. I'll take Jacksonville off that shit. I'm sorry. I'll take Jacksonville all that shit and put the Panthers on. My bad.
Oh, Panthers, yeah.
Yeah, the Panthers. They're not going to do nothing. But it's just, I feel like I really thought, you know what? Maybe this be the year. Maybe Caleb Williams is actually. He looked like he was running for his life the entire game, bro.
I mean, look. Speaking
Jared
of
Goff didn't even try and put up 5 touchdowns on these niggas, bro.
Did you love how Steelers got their shit pushed in by Seattle?
Interesting. Because now I really don't know what the fuck the Steelers are. Because this loss is like, there you go. That's Pittsburgh.
They're a 9-8 team. He gonna be over 500, all right? 9-8, over 500.
It was kind of amazing how they just kind of be flatline.
Nigga, that fourth quarter, the Seattle Seahawks woke up and just said, fuck it, let's go. I mean, just that Ravens kicking the shit out of the Browns was fucking hilarious to me because I'm like, well, of course they did. Of course they did.
Well, at least the Browns are feeling good now.
But
the Ravens are feeling good about themselves.
But somebody else had me rolling because it was like, did the Browns lose the game or did Joe Flacco throw the game for the Ravens?
Y'all need to shut the fuck up. Y'all need to shut the fuck up.
It was a homecoming game for Joe Flacco.
Yeah, it was. To be fair, this is what happened last week to the Ravens.
No march. Hey, everybody, look at this. It's that boy who laughs at everyone. Let's laugh at him. Wave to the people. Blow them kisses.
Speaking of which, our boy did it again. $215 yards, 2 TDs
again
against the Texans,
and came back and showed y'all what a real quarterback is.
You know, he's a comeback story. He's the guy that left the Browns and
thrived. You know, it's amazing how Baker Mayfield is just so middle of the road, and yet he gets the job done. But y'all want to sit and tell me, you know, D, if you let Jameis Winston, shut up. Shut up.
D. In shocking news, Diamond Dogs are 2-0.
Good. Chris, I told you.
Is this our agenda for the year? The Diamond Dogs?
I am not totally rooting for the Chargers, but I'm looking at the NFC West, the AFC West going, oh, the Chiefs are not good anymore.
I am going to be like the Cobra Kai sensei, sweep the leg.
Dog, the bloodshed that I want to come out the AFC West might happen because I think the Broncos are going to get 2 more losses like that, and then they're going to get mad. I think the Raiders are doing just fine because they're not going to go nowhere, but I need them just this much kind of feisty, just like, hey, they're not going to beat us. Get them, fellas. And they run in there and actually win a game, you know, against the Chiefs or some shit. I'm telling you, there's going to be bloodshed in that thing. The Chargers actually look like they want to win shit this year. That's going to set off the Chiefs. And then between those two fighting, the Broncos are going to find some way to go, we want our last 7. How? Guts, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Why is it guts? That sounds like the most white people think.
That's what I'm saying. I really have this division eating each other alive. So we'll see, like I said.
All right. We're gonna go into college football for a moment. D, because I watched it. Hey, Maryland, you didn't have to beat the shit out of Townsend the way you did.
They had to. They had to, Chris. As a person, as a dude that has been playing NCAA football for the last 4 weeks. I'm gonna tell you something, and as a person that has one of his teams to be Maryland, I'm gonna show you the stats later on, but I'm just gonna put it out there. Fuck the Big Ten. Do you know how hard it is to win in that division with Maryland?
This is a video game?
Chris, it's the video game, I know, but nigga, do you know how hard it is to get anybody to come to my school? Fuck you. All my good players leave.
They went into the portal.
They hop right in that fucking portal. Look,
that's how you know it's
fictional. I gave Angie the controller to make her own player. She made this nigga named the Megatron Jameson. The Megatron was nice. He was only an 84. Only an 84.
This nigga said, I'm taking my talent somewhere.
This nigga said, I'm going to Boise State. I'm like, fuck you, first off. Because I put Boise State in the Pac-12. They don't win shit in the Pac-12, and the Pac-12 is a skeleton league. I'm sorry, you left us to go to Boise State? I hope you break your legs, nigga. Like,
that's how you know it's fictional, because that would never happen in real life.
Yeah, it would. You'd be surprised of these kids. Good example. Actually, good example. I need to score for that because it's actually a good example of what happens when these motherfucking schools get greedy, Hold on, let me see the name of this shit. Where they at? Because they beat these niggas. Where's it at? Duke and Tulane, okay?
Mhm.
Duke and Tulane. Tulane has been becoming a better football school, and I'm not saying they can beat ranked teams, but they can make ranked teams sweat a little bit. You know what I mean? Duke, as we know, middle of the road, but they get some good prospects coming out of that school every now and then. Duke spent about $7 million to get the quarterback from Tulane to play for Duke this year. They lost that game to Tulane 34-27 in a fucking thriller. Tulane wasn't losing in none of this game. It was actually one of the best games of the week for me. And just to see that they went all out to get a quarterback from that same college just to lose to the same fucking college. That's what happened. Everybody hops in, at least in the video game, they do it like if you don't have enough prestige, they want more prestige. They want more playing time. They want more of this. I'm fine. And this is the one thing about the transfer portal I'm fine with. I'm fine with players that want to do that. You got 5 years. And in some cases, the way the NCAA treated like 6 years. You know what I mean? Y'all got time to do so. But know this, the second time's up and Roger Goodell doesn't say your name, you better take your ass to the unemployment line or you better go to UFL because nigga, it's done. So I am fine with anybody hitting that transfer portal, but do it for the right reasons and not a selfish reason that's going to cut your own career short. That's it. But anyway,
there was some good games.
There were some good games. Yeah, there was some
Georgia Tech and Clemson.
Dog, I am so happy that Clemson lost this bitch at the end of the game. They had a kickable, a very winnable field goal. Shake. All you saw was White hit that field, man. I will give Georgia Tech this. Georgia Tech is a better team than I give them credit for this year, and they're 3-0 in the ACC.
Do you see them being ranked? Do you see Georgia Tech being ranked?
After this, I don't know. I want to know the rest of their schedule.
Because I mean, Clemson.
But I think
this does go a long way towards when bowl season hits.
Oh yeah, it will. I will say this: the way I saw the attitude the last 2 years. Two losses is your limit if you're Clemson. As for Georgia Tech, it matters how the rest of their season go. If they're legit, they're going to be up there. If they're going to make it, basically, like I said, you got to lose as little as possible. Yeah. So the only thing you're allowed is probably 2 games, and that's only if you're a big, strong school like Clemson. Clemson, like I said, but them losing is just wonderful.
Georgia Tennessee was the one that I felt for Tennessee because they almost had it.
You know, like I really hate when the dogs actually get by everybody and win like that, man. But I can't even get mad at that, man. Tennessee played a really tough game too, man. I thought they was gonna win that bitch. I really did. Georgia probably gonna get ranked number 3 out of this after this, but we'll see.
Honestly, I'm shocked that South Florida was even ranked for them to get their ass whooped by Miami the way they did. I'm
sorry, they was ranked. They was ranked.
Number 18.
They were 18th. Get the fuck out of here. Whatever.
Yeah, dead ass.
That's amazing.
Miami kicked the shit out of them, and Oregon and Northwestern was actually pretty decent, but Oregon pretty much ran away with it once it got to the second half.
The game I saw was fucking LSU and Florida. What really get me, and now how many picks did he throw? Legway. A lot of people was talking about Legway on Florida. Yeah. Everybody was talking about Legway on Florida. He threw 5 interceptions.
That's insane.
5 fucking interceptions. Now, a lot of people say that same thing about Nussmeier. The thing about everybody say about Garrett Nussmeier on LSU is that he does throw picks. He only threw 1. He got a touchdown, 1 pick. And you got Legway, who got that same type of hype around him, but he throws 5 in a big fucking game. Yeah, granted, you're in Death Valley, but fuck that, nigga. You threw 5 in a big primetime game. That's hard to come back from, man. And LSU. But the only thing I don't like about it is that 5 picks and LSU only got 20 points out of it. Yeah, give the respect to the Florida defense, man. But come the fuck on, bro.
Yeah,
they do better than that, man.
I mean, yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out the way and stuff. But oh, you finally got the picture up.
What? Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this was a moment that really, and I gotta give credit to Eric Bischoff for pointing it out. You know, it's a situation where this is a double-edged sword. So WrestleMania in 2027.
I don't know.
Yeah, 2027. Is going to be in Saudi Arabia. On one hand, money-wise, you're going to take a hit because it's not like, say, you did WrestleMania in Canada or the US. I'll even go so far as to say if you did it in like England or something like that, right? At least you got people can actually get to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're doing it in Saudi Arabia. And seeing everybody on stage,
nobody wanted to be there.
Nobody wanted to be there. Like this picture is one part of it, but there was another picture where they looked there like, what the fuck?
I can't find a picture of it, but Bianca didn't want to be there. Charlotte, you can tell didn't want to be there. Undertaker had the same look of Triple H on his face. They both had the same look of we're here. Yeah. Oh my God. Stephanie didn't want to be there. Seth didn't want to fucking be there. Oof. Liv didn't want to be there. Of course, Logan didn't want to be there, but that's for different reasons. But still,
I mean, that's
only person that wanted to be there is the Prince. Everybody else got a gun at their head. Here's the thing.
But I gotta wonder what was like.
Here's the thing.
Crown Jewel is one thing, but
what Vince McMahon did, one of the last things he did was what?
Crown
signed to TKO. Mm-hmm. That was one of the last things, and that's when we started getting all the motherfucking Saudi Arabia shit. This partnership was leading to this regardless. A lot of this was going to help the country of Saudi Arabia. Like, if you didn't think it was going to get there, then you're a fucking fool. Because the second you saw Dana White's wife beating face on television, you already knew where WWE was at. This is the reason why I'm mad at it, Chris, is because that Vince signed this shit to TKO, who really have a hand up the ass of Dana White, who to me is one of the worst fight promoters of all time. But for some reason, mediocre white guys can't get enough of his penis, and they keep acting like this dude is actually talking intelligent shit.
By the way,
terrible.
By the way, Dana still hasn't paid his fighters.
Dana also still talk trash about pro wrestling, and yet we let you on our television.
Thank you. Which, funny enough, ironically enough, hey Dana, there's a reason why some of your fighters want to be in WWE, because at least they'll get paid.
And then, but didn't I hear this? Because what just passed with the Canelo Crawford fight, I'm starting to hear this shit. This motherfucker's trying to move this act, try to do this thing called the Muhammad Ali Act. What basically he's going to do is kill anybody from trying to get their own stuff done with their own fights, trying to promote their own fights. You have no choice but to go to the UFC and basically doing what, all right, y'all remember what Vince McMahon did to wrestling? He wants to do that to fucking boxing. Unlike wrestling, boxing does not need that shit.
It doesn't.
You want to know what I noticed in this last fight? And I know this is going into the boxing too, but this is something I noticed, Chris, because I saw Max Kellerman, who looked like he just gave away his whole house at the end of that fight. By the way, excellent fucking fight.
Oh, that fight.
Bud had him the whole fight, but excellent. Chris, it was boxing. It was pure boxing.
Thank you.
I loved it.
Thank you. Like that fight. That's actually a good transition, actually.
Yeah.
That fight, it brought back memories of like watching, like being at my uncle's fight parties, and you see Tyson Holyfield, those fights where it's like, or Sugar Ray Leonard, like those kind of fights where it's like, oh shit, they're going at it. Like, all
For
right.
me, it reminded me of Felix Trinidad versus De La Hoya.
Oh yeah.
It reminded me of those fights. It reminded me when Sweet Pea. Actually, no, when Sweet Pea fought on Trinidad. Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that. It was this weird type of buzz where you're seeing like, oh shit, these niggas was rocking. But now it's like, because we're used to always the best pound for pound fighter being the heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're seeing, of course it switches over every now and then anyway. But now we're seeing like, oh, this is the shit that motherfucking Sugar Ray been waiting for. Sugar Ray is at home like, I'm waiting for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just those two lighter dudes going at each other. Carnelo is still the fucking GOAT to me. But nah, this was gonna happen. I knew Bud was gonna win. He
caught that tag. Just
when Bud walked out with the motherfucking came out with the motherfucking mariachi show, I was like, Carnelo getting fucked up.
Dog.
And that joke when he hit him so hard, he looked at him crazy. Yeah. What I meant to mention was this, Chris, when I said all that, is something that was brought up, and this goes back to Dana White, and it goes to all of fighting for me. This is just me. This is just personal feelings. I had to hear Max Kellerman go in and basically saying that America doesn't produce the best fighters no more, and that, of course, it's Mexico.
That's wild.
And yeah, I know I'm going somewhere with that. And Mexican America is the reason why fighting is still going on all that shit. Let me make it very clear. What we saw in there was the two best people in boxing going at it. Let's just, and this is not me taking away from nobody else, because yes, there's been a boom in Eastern European boxers. They're the ones that's actually kind of holding up the fort a little bit. I will give them that. And then you have, just like you have not just the European boxers, but you have I think it's just white boxers in general. They're starting to show up. But anyway, then you have the Mexican Americans that everybody said Mexican Americans, they produce some of the best fighters to me. I think Mexico is probably is like number one, if they're not number one, they're definitely number two, because then you have America. And I notice a lot of analysts, they don't like including America in it. And I think to myself, well, who are the most who are the American boxers? And I look around, oh, black guys.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. And it's like this backhanded diss to black boxers. I'm like, all the best boxers right now are black.
Yeah, if you really pay attention.
Shakur, Boots, fucking Bud.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't name all the Mexican fighters because there's a bunch of them. They are really good. But we saw the two people who, to me, are holding the sport up. The two best sides, African Americans and Mexicans. And it's very fitting when you think of how America is, how anytime we talk about this country, we have this thing to talk about how hardworking the Mexicans are. And then nothing else, which means the Americans are not doing nothing, which means who's the most American? I feel this way when I hear this with basketball. Mm-hmm. When they talk about basketball, the world's caught up. Oh, black guys aren't good.
Jokic, number one, the GOAT.
That's why I basically hear, oh, the black guys ain't good enough no more. That's what I hear. And I know I'm probably taking it too far on that one, but that's kind of what I get, because like we rule that sport. Y'all don't. Because I'm pretty sure if it was a bunch of Larry Birds out there, well, we're giving it the old United States try. That's what I would be hearing right now. But now there's a whole room of now that the U.S. basketball team is nothing but LeBron and his friends, they're not good enough. They lazy. They this, they that. I see that shade. I hear that shade. Mm-hmm. That's what I see. Now, taking that to Dana White has that same feeling with all his fighters, that they're not smart enough.
Which in and of itself is fucked up.
To handle their money. They're not smart enough to do anything. But he will ride the dick of his favorite fighter, like his favorite 6 fighters. And it's sad. And we see John Jones doing the coon shit he does. John Jones is an incredible fighter, and we can't give him no credit because he over there looking like Steve. Like, well, yeah, I miss you like a rock in my shoe. That's how he talks to Dana White. Mm-hmm. That's what he does every time Donald Trump and any of them white folk get around him, man. So, like, I really like. All right, I kind of lost it. I just hate Dana White, and now that he's in WWE, I'm pretty sure he wants to have his hand in WWE because. And people have noticed this when it comes to boxing, despite what everybody says, still draws in the most money when it comes to combat sports, more than the UFC, more than pro wrestling. So Dana had his hand in the last like 3 or 4 fights that were pretty big, and somebody noticed, like, yeah. Hey Dana, ain't you're trying to do something, ain't you? And I think that's actually going to hurt the sport instead of helping. Yeah. Well, you just want to do whatever. Get off. Yeah. Whatever, buddy. You want your bit. You want your hot take. Okay, whatever, buddy. It's like, and when I read up homie who said this question, he worked for Ring, and he's like, yeah, Dana White's trying to take over boxing. Y'all don't know this, do y'all? And that's what one of the big buzzes is coming out of this weekend too, is that Dana White is secretly trying to do that. With not only that, Chris, he has Saudi money behind him.
Now, do you think
this is go ahead.
Do you think this has a lot to do with him taking over boxing? You think a lot of this has to do with how Jake Paul has been maneuvering with boxing in terms of making things a spectacle, and maybe that kind of piqued his interest a little bit on that?
I would say he has to be looking over the shoulder, and he should.
Yeah.
Because despite what we think about Jake pays his people. He pays everybody what they're worth.
Yeah.
And not only do they pay a lot, they make a lot in the process. We can talk a lot about Jake, and I fucking hate him.
But the spectacle around the matches, it benefits everybody.
Yeah, the spectacle and all that. Hey, Dana, he's way a better promoter than you.
And his whole thing, like we said, I'm not a fan of Jake Paul, but like he even pointed out, like, no, I'm trying to get the people paid.
Here's the thing.
Like that's what it comes down to.
What's the face was like that? The Japanese was like that. When they ran Pride was like that. Yes, it was funded by Yakuza money, but they were the same way. We're putting on a spectacle and we're trying to get people paid.
Yeah, Rampage even said that. Rampage
at the end of the day, though, and Rampage will tell you, the Yakuza niggas, though, they the ones that fucked it up for everybody. And I keep promising that I'm going to go over a little bit better one day. But yeah, that's all you need to know. The Yakuza came in there. No, the Yakuza was always had a hand in there. But when it came up to somebody to quote pay or pretty much give up power and didn't, that's what kind of started the whole thing. Anyway,
yeah, I mean it's.
Well, where we seeing WWE at right now, going to Saudi Arabia, it doesn't help nobody.
I mean, just financially, it's like, yeah, you're getting money from the Saudi prince, and that's great. But just in terms of the actual audience,
don't you dare put that evil on us.
It's not already enough that the UFC is going to have a fucking pay-per-view at the White House, which I'm already fucking just punching air on anyways, amongst multiple things that's fucking happening.
I really thought, like, I was laughing at that one South Park episode where they showed Donald Trump in the backyard and it looked like a Florida pool party, and I was like, ugh, that's what he made the White House. And then when I heard about the UFC thing, I was like, oh my god,
he's putting a giant ballroom, $200 million of our taxpayers' money. It's going towards him. Putting a giant
Chris, the peasants can eat water. Okay, get out of here. There's good hardy dirt on the ground. They can dig out of that. What you talking about, Chris?
Speaking of drama,
I'm trying to see somebody get their face cracked in on the White House law. What type of fucking country are we in?
So my thing is this: it's already enough that people got to go through, sail the pirate seas in order to watch WWE now with all the bullshit that's going on with that. Now you're going to, and it's already enough people already, when it comes to Crown Jewel, it's very mixed bag on how people carry it, which is understandable. I'm not even going to knock that. But I think WrestleMania is in Saudi, and it's like the spectacle. It's like, think about it like this. The reason why WrestleMania weekend is so great, and I went to WrestleMania last year and it was dope, is whatever city WrestleMania is in, it benefits all the local indie wrestlers and all that stuff. So like it was in Philly last year. Fun times, right? It was fun. It was exciting. You know, you see the local Philly wrestlers. You have NXT. You have all the stuff there in the Philadelphia area, and it's just business is booming for everybody. Now you're gonna have it in Saudi. What does that mean for wrestling? Other than it's just gonna be
I do got a
NXT
question about that too.
and that's it.
Because here's a funny thing. If y'all did this in like Mumbai, I wouldn't say nothing because there's a booming presence of wrestling, a professional
Oh
wrestling.
yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? I would understand that shit. If y'all did this shit in Tokyo, we'd be like,
Ooh, yeah, that
what's
would
the
be
special
dope as shit.
occasion? You know what I'm saying? You'll see what I'm saying.
You might get some New Japan shit.
You want to know some real shit? And I told this to wifey. If this shit was in England, she like, it would have been lit. Oh my God. We've been American fans have been waiting to see a WrestleMania in England. We think England deserves it.
I mean, look,
of all the countries, England deserves it more than anybody.
Feel how you feel. AEW's All In fucking kills over
exactly. It kills over in Wembley. If you put that shit in a motherfucking Tottenham Stadium or the O2 Arena, nigga, it's gonna kill. Or you put it in Wembley too and try to break a record. Yeah. You know what I mean? But what kills me is that Saudi Arabia, I can admit, we as Americans, we won't see the benefits of it.
Until it happens.
We won't. Even if it happens, we probably won't because the Saudi government don't give out their numbers to us Americans. We're the poor ones, remember?
So we would have to go to eye test based off of the crowd.
You would have to. And you know what we get off the eye test every time we see Crown Jewel? Nothing. But a bunch of, and I hate saying like this because I don't want to be stereotypical, but a bunch of rich Saudi assholes in the stadium.
I mean, I don't see no regular people.
Yeah, it's better than American, sweaty, fat American fans, but it's the same to me.
And also, too, unlike, say, I'm flying to the UK or even to a point, flying to Tokyo or whatever, where at least you have a shot, who's really flying to Saudi to see this? And also, you cut your audience in half because what woman is going to go over to Saudi? You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
Exactly. Speaking of which, I hope y'all like titties because they're going to leave them in America. They ain't bringing them over there. Well, you think they're going to let a special leg show out?
I don't know. Which I feel bad for whatever the storylines going into 2027 is going to be.
I haven't. Look. I don't like nobody's opinion right now in wrestling, whether we agree or not. I just don't like hearing nobody talk about wrestling, like, because I'm mad at everything. But I will say this to all the people that are clocking these WWE fucking sycophants. Look at me, you asshole. You talking about will be better for the girls. Look at me, you dickhead. You constantly harass these women for not looking sexy enough. And you mean to tell me you just gonna be fine with them covering up their legs? Fuck out of here, man. I respect the women and I want to see a little bit of cleavage, bro. So let's come on, bro. We ain't getting none of that.
I mean, just
and also, Chris, and this is my big America is no better than Saudi Arabia. Let's make this very clear. The bloody Chris, you and I are proof of America's bloody history. Okay. Like we are seeing it right now, play it out in this country of how fucking evil we can be. So I don't want to hear this whole little thing. Well, we can't have our wrestlers over there. Do they have any integrity? Bitch, they wrestle in America. Do you know that some of your wrestlers, when they go into the country, the only thing that's protecting them is the white wrestler that's beside them? You know, like that's the thing that gets me. I understand how we feel about the politics that go down in Saudi Arabia. And yes, the shit we hear is horrific. But how is it any better than us? How is it even worse than us? Well, we don't kill journalists. Yeah, but we kill our citizens.
D, pause. We don't kill journalists yet. Yes. If you see how this current administration is running after old boy got shot in the neck, that might be on the fucking block.
Knock on wood. I don't want to see Don Lemon outside of a store. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, dog.
I don't want that to happen, but
I don't want it. If I had money, it would be him. But if, like I said, that's the only black guy they know.
Really, all I wanted to know. Nah, but it's just like to
Hey,
me.
shout out to my boy Lester Holt getting the fuck out of NBC when he knew it. They're getting rid of all the niggers. Well, I better be. He's like, well, as the charming light skinned one, I'm out of here. It's Lester Holt. See you later.
Peace.
Lester got that derby and that trench coat. See ya. Y'all crackers about to fuck up. I'm out.
Now, here's my thing. I think everything on that stage told you because we already know how the wrestlers feel about Crown Jewel. A lot of them ultimately
bend the knee.
It's a job.
They've been
so
it's
a job. They know what they need to do.
Much as I like laughing at what happened to CM Punk just showing up for that shit, let's just be real. Everybody has to in this company. It's just a thing. Just fucking do it. If you don't want to do it, stay at home and not get paid. And that's what more of the wrestlers go, fuck, I want to get paid. Yeah, it does so nice. Put on the fucking cape. Here's my thing.
Unless you're Sami Zayn and you're like, nah, I'm good.
Sammy finally started doing it, and I don't know how that went through there, how that went down. I'm thinking too, but I'm also thinking, come on, he's a bleeding heart. You know, he probably didn't want to do that, and all of a sudden, because I know it's hard for them to be over there, a couple of kids over there in Saudi Arabia who are Syrian,
love them,
and you know, he probably said, "Fuck, those are my people.
I got to.
Y'all ain't telling nobody y'all Syrian, right? Good." That's what see. That's what I said. Somebody's like, see, we don't do it in America, really. If you say you from Canada, niggas looking at you too hard. So what?
Like, do you know Bret Hart?
Take your waffles back up there, Canuck.
Dude, I swear, the more that we have gotten 20 plus years distance from WCW, the more vindication of shit that we already know got solidified. I still laugh at the fact that, look, to echo Big E, we all love Goldberg and those 30-second matches and all that stuff, right? We know it. We ain't there for no 30-minute classics. We there for him squashing folks and all that stuff, right? Cool, whatever, right? But it's amazing when you get people like Regal, Brett, and even Eric and some other folks that talk about Goldberg and WCW and how like he could have been so much better if he actually learned how to wrestle.
You know, but no, he had great men put him
Yeah.
on.
Space 22, man. 22. 22! Oh, man! Oh, man! Oh, man! Oh, man! Go back! Where are you? Why me? Why me? Why me?
I mean,
Goldberg-
it always get me.
Goldberg did not deserve to have a battle with Sid Vicious. To
Oh
me,
my
personally,
God.
he did not. Sid Vicious was
didn't
too
deserve
good of a he was too good of a wrestler. Like
Goldberg, a man who picks up other men and throw them in.
Oh, lastly though, real quick,
We need to have a whole thing. Wait a minute, Goldberg. You can't touch me. Goldberg, a man that can't touch another man.
real quick, lastly before we go. So there's a there's a saga going on where there's a rumor that Angel Reese may or may not be leaving the Chicago Sky.
Okay, I have dodged a lot of Angel Reese stuff because I know.
I mean, they went 1-13 this year. D. I don't know how you missed that. Like, come on, like.
Let me be real. The Chicago Sky has way bigger problems than Angel. They really do.
Oh, they do. Oh, they do.
They got way bigger problems. It's just that Angel. Here's the problem I have with Angel.
Mm-hmm.
I think she talks too much. Number one, and number two, baby. I get the house is on fire. Bitch, give me water. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, that's what she does, yeah. She's talking about everything like, yeah, I get it. The internet is out. The house is on fire though. I understand that. We ain't got no baby girl. They drank all the ocean spray. I understand that is very rude and very selfish. The house is on fire right now, Angel. That's my only problem with it. I ain't got other than that. Yeah, I ain't got a problem with Angel Reese. I really don't. But
the fact that that's even up there though, that's funny to me.
But the fact that I feel like that's just that's the other problem I have with it. I feel like a lot of the news that we hear from Angel Reese is just Angel Reese fans being annoying. Obnoxious, just straight up just making up shit just to keep her in the news. Her and Sasha Banks fans are the exact same people to me, and I can't stand them.
Do not get me started on Sasha because it is annoying. It is. Look, I don't hate Sasha, but I do. I'm questioning.
You enjoying seeing her being everything I told you that she was.
I'm questioning Sasha just like I question what's his face when he got to AEW and was collecting belts. It's like, what is the purpose? Kenny Omega, what is the purpose of it? Because to me, it's like with Sasha, I'm like, okay, I mean, you're getting these belts, but cool, but like, what is the purpose of it all? You know what I'm saying? Where it's like,
she's putting over all these promotions.
I guess. I guess. I mean,
you do realize that was a joke.
I know it was a joke because it's just like your boy that left WWE and was collecting belts.
Austin Aries. That's
Austin Aries. She's basically
that's what
she's
Mercedes
more Austin Aries than Kenny Omega. If I'm being real,
she left WWE just so she can become Austin Aries. Unlikable and selfish. That's just amazing to me.
She's just more popular than Austin Aries, but
easy. That's all I'm saying. Easy. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying be easy with that. Low key was popular, nigga. That don't mean.
Hey, I meant to mention this.
Not too long ago, I was looking at some old low key match, and I was like, "This is the reason why you didn't wrestle everywhere. Nobody wanted to wrestle you, you stiff fucking asshole. Yo, you the shortest nigga in the ring, hitting everybody full force with everything." And I'm like, I hate this dude. Why do any of you like him? I never understood that, man. I fucking hate Loki.
I meant to mention this in the NFL.
Deep voice bastard. That's why melanated ass nigga. I'm so tired. I really don't like Loki.
I like Lokai. Lokai's great.
You like Lokai? I don't like
Lokai.
See, you like Loki. See, Lokai. Lokai is what happened when we went to WWE and left. I mean, went to WWE and went back to the Indies and nobody respected him for like 4.5 months until he stiffed somebody in the nose and broke their shit because everybody forgot who he was and he became low-key.
I meant to mention this.
I hate this nigga, yo. Anyway.
I meant to mention this in the NFL thing. There are certain times in the NFL where you laugh at just injuries that are just like, how? Sean McVay is a whole ass coach, and he tore his plantar fasciitis on the sideline.
He tore his plantar fasciitis. He jumped out the way.
He jumped
out the way, twisted his shit, pulled.
He was limping on the sidelines, and he was limping on the sidelines, and people were like, "Damn, what happened?" Right? And then he was like, "Yeah, I tore my plantar fasciitis."
He tore the meat off of his foot,
the bottom of his foot.
That's what I'm saying. How the fuck did you do?
But here's my thing. Hey, Sean,
it happens.
Hey, Sean, what shoes were you wearing?
I'm pretty sure this is what happened. He jumped out the way, and when he landed, all that just said shrimp. You know what I mean? It had to be one
I
of those
know that has to hurt. He
put his foot down and was like, how the fuck? It had to be that. It had to be that.
Sean McVay, he looks like any moment he'll say, fuck it. If I gotta do it myself, I'll put a helmet on. Like, so
that's what I'm saying. The one thing I always get Sean McVay, he looks like he actually enjoys his job as a coach. So but that's a freaky. See, I thought about this not too long ago because I was watching I was randomly watching. Oh yeah, I was watching Howard University versus Morehouse University in the Capital One Classic for the HBCUs up in New York City, and Howard promptly kicked their ass. I missed. I could say half of the halftime show. All I can say is this: I think Morehouse has the better band, but not by much. but not by much. I didn't hear all of Howard's, but what I heard of it was good. Was it a good game? No. Howard straight up dominated these niggas, young. It was one of them games, man. We are going back to.
Oh, we're going out to the MEAC.
We're going to talk about the shit this year. We're giving it one more week so we can build up games down there and all the rest of that shit. But yeah. But I just wanted to throw that out there. It's good to see the black colleges play all the time, man. Bethune-Cookman was playing somebody too. I forgot who they were playing. Who they playing? I don't know. I ain't even see the game like that, so I can't even tell you. I didn't see that. God, what was it? It was actually another black college. It was actually AA. Forget it. It doesn't matter. But that's pretty much all I got, man. Anything else?
NBA European League launching in 2027 or 2028.
They're trying to make another Euro League out there, and I think it's actually a fair thing. They should do that.
That's going to be interesting. How that works.
If it's a way for them to open up more space for players that are getting siphoned into the NBA, cool. But how do you do that when you are now? Is the Euro League and the NBA FIBA coming together?
NBA and FIBA.
Oh. Okay, I gotta see how this works.
That's gonna be interesting.
We'll find out how that works then.
That is going to be interesting how that works. I mean,
I guess they're making it.
Is the Euro League kind of like the G League? I guess.
No, the Euro League is better than the G League to me.
Okay, yeah.
Because here's the thing, I believe in my rank, the only team that can get an NBA team is pretty much going to be an NBA team no matter what. A G League team is way weaker. A Euro team is better than a G League team. Can beat a few NBA teams, but they're not going to beat everybody.
Yeah.
And then you got WNBA, and then you got a WNBA team that can't beat the G League team. I hate to be that person. Oh, I hate to be that person. I ain't got none of these girls beating a G League team, bro. So
yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So
yeah. Anyway, yeah. I guess that's it.
Peace.
Well, peace out.